NewHampshireBusinessShow.com is up and running. As you can see, we have a fantastic place for you to get all of my episodes that we've released on the show so far. Any resources as far as sponsors and everything we have going for you guys. News, blogs, you name it, we've got it. So thank you guys. And if you want a website for yourself, check out Zim Ventures in the resource section below. Hello everyone, welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana, and today we are here with Lyn-Dee Eldridge of the Happiness Jungle.
Yes. Hey, Chris.
So let's do this. I want to know a little bit about you and the Happiness Jungle and where it all began. And
all right.
Start from there.
All right. Well, my background is I've always been an entrepreneur, and I've been a small business owner. I've owned several brick and mortars. I've owned a hair salon spa. I've owned a pet store, and I'm also a home-based business. I've also been very successful in multi-level marketing. So there's many things out there that we could accomplish for the better.
Yeah.
And through my journey, about 2 years ago, I created the Happiness Jungle entity to help everybody in different facets. I believe that if I've done it, I could help other people through it. And I'm now an author and a speaker, a life coach, and I go all over the world now just helping people. So let's go ahead and just pick the business model for right now, because I help people in all different aspects of life. But for business, because that's what this show is about, I help people understand how to build a stronger clientele, how to keep in touch with them, and how to get stronger referrals, how to communicate better with them so they're able to really satisfy the client, and also to realize that not every client is yours, which is very interesting in itself, because we think that the whole world is our clients, where in fact it's not the case.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I now I service people, and I help them become happier. And I believe that if they're happier with their business, their home life is happier, and everything around them is just more positive. So it gives me great pleasure and joy that you even invited me on your show. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all because of the beautiful world of social media.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And who knows who.
Yeah.
So once we understand all of these, pluses and how we connect them, you could have a thriving business. You want competition because that keeps you growing on your toes, and you want to thrive. And that's where I come in. I help many people thrive and accomplish what their goals are, and then take them to the next goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And generally do it with a smile, I see.
I do. I do it with a smile, because I know the process of starting a new business. I know the process of starting a new business in an industry that you've never been in before. And I understand that if you follow a system, that it works. Yeah. And every industry has a system. It's us people that decide to dismantle the bicycle, if you will, and put on square wheels and see if we could operate like that. And it doesn't work that easily. So I teach people how to stay back in the basics to bring on your future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's dive into it then.
All right.
Talk about, so how do you go about helping businesses then? Because especially, I could say, diving into an industry that you know nothing about. Yeah. And just getting into it. How do you go about that?
Yeah, well, number one, I want everybody to enjoy what they do, not being told what to do. Yeah. There's a difference. There are many people that are in business for themselves because they were told that that's what they should be doing.
Okay.
That's hard, because you're not going every day with that wonderful feeling of, I want to do this. So the first thing that I share with people is make sure you're doing something that you are passionate about, that you want to live and make a difference for in that industry. And every industry has different facets that you could get involved in. I had a pet store. Yeah. I was a pet store owner. There were different ways how I could make a difference in that community. I became an adoption center for the rescue organizations. I was very passionate about that. But I was stepping into an industry where all I knew is that I was an animal lover. It was crazy. But I started talking to competitors that were far enough away that they didn't feel that I was a threat. Yeah. So I got more knowledge from them. I started to contact other supply companies that I wanted to do business with, speaking with a rep that taught me about the retail possibilities, speaking with a CPA who understood things I didn't. And I was just reaching out and I was networking and I was making sure that I was roundtabling with the people that mattered and had a great voice within the industry.
Okay.
And my pet store ended up to be thriving, and it was joyful. It was wonderful. So here I am. I'm a pet store in Weston, Florida, brand new in the industry.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew how to do was kiss puppies and love animals and rescue animals, you know. And in fact, my pet store made a big difference because it was an adoption center. And then on the other side, I had customers that wanted exotics. Well, I was the kind of pet store owner that I wasn't just going to hook you up because you were my breeder or a breeder, and I found you in the yellow pages, because back then the internet wasn't really in existence.
Yeah.
I had to come and meet you. I had to make sure that what I was doing was for the good. So everything that was a part of my business, I made sure it was for the better of good. And when you're in business, you want to make sure that all of your links are for the better, for good. So if you're having a challenge with a product, let's say, you could call up the manufacturer, and because you built a nice, reputable rapport, you could go ahead and take care of that challenge versus getting upset with it. I also teach business owners how to never say no to a customer, ever. There's other ways to share with them what you don't have by communicating better. And even maybe going a step further and saying, I'm not sure what that answer is, but I'm going to find out for you. Is that fair enough? Instead of going, nope, I don't do that. That's when you say no, that just closes off not only that relationship, but more relationships to come because of referrals.
Yeah.
So never say no. Be more, I don't know, be more like, I was always interested in what could the answer be. When I go into places and they have employees and I hear the employees go, that's not my job, I'm like, that's not good. Yeah. Because right there shares that there's an unhappy link there.
Yeah.
So when I go into companies and they want me to help their staff communicate happier, be better team, players, don't say you don't do it. Say, you know what? I have 5 minutes. How can I help you? How do I do what you need help with?
Yeah.
Because there's going to come a day, because we're human, that we're going to be stepping out of that role. Something's going to affect us one day. Our children can get sick. We could get sick. We get a flat tire. And because you weren't willing to help your coworkers are going to come back and go, I don't know what she does, instead of really collaborating it together.
Yeah.
The other thing that I do is when I brought on a new employee, whether it was in my hair salon, spa, or whether it was in my pet store, or working within my team in multi-level marketing, I wanted to know, what do you want to do? What do you love about this industry? How can I help you thrive? And that's how my employees came into play and how we all got along. And when the customers came in, they felt it and they loved it. They go, this is like one of the happiest places to be. That's what I wanted to accomplish. And I wanted my employees not only to feel like family, but also to realize that they are very special and they are very unique. And I don't want to make them do something they don't want to do. I want to bring in what their talents are. So I may need somebody to do maybe a receptionist, but her talents are not in communication. So how could I possibly put her at the front desk where it is the front view, that first impression of my clients? So I asked her, you know what, you seem to enjoy the industry of the hair salon, of the cosmetology industry. What else fascinates you about it? And before I knew it, she says, you know what I really love? I would love to be a massage therapist. Huh. Would you consider being a shampoo person, an assistant? Oh my God, I would love that. I thought I had to go to school for that. No, you don't. And now I could even help you make more money because of tips. So when you interview people, even customers, because customers are interviewing us, let's make sure that we're matching the hat and we're bringing everybody together with unity instead of already having frustration.
Yeah.
So
it's a really good advice for businesses.
Yeah.
So just all of it.
Yeah. And then communication with everybody. You know, it's funny, Chris. I moved here 14 years ago into New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. And I had a hard time building relationships because New Hampshire is a very conservative state. The people are very conservative and warm and friendly once they allow you in. But you take a Floridian who was born and raised a little bit in New York and you bring them in here and you can see, I'm just like, hi, how are you? And people were very reluctant to allow me into their space. And I went home one night and I said, I got to figure this out. I love people too much. I got to figure this out. And I did. And I even wrote a chapter in a book about it, and it's called The Handshake.
Okay. So
the handshake goes, shake my hand. All right. So you have a very nice, subtle, warm shake. A handshake. You don't take me down to the ground. So there's a wet noodle handshake.
Yeah.
The description for that personality is that they're more introverted. They're more shy. They're more laid back. So don't come at them like a ton of bricks, right? Mm-hmm. Speak to them at their level. And now the communication was being able to be flowed easily versus, hey, I'm Lyn-Dee, and they're like this, and I've just lost them. So what I've learned is that handshake is one of the most powerful first impressions that you could give. Don't shake their hand first. Let them grip you, and then you grip them back, mirroring how they gripped you, and watch that flow of conversation and how beautifully it becomes exactly what everybody's looking for. So I learned the handshake, and it was funny. I went to a networking event, and I met this gentleman, and I shook his hand, and he shook my hand so hard that I swear he almost put me to my knees. He was very aggressive. He was very dominant. His ego, his pride, his everything. You could feel it, right? So what did I do? I brought myself up to where he was, so he wasn't dominating, but now we're on the same playing field, and we did amazing business together. It was incredible versus him shaking my head and giving me that authority, or when somebody turns your hand around and they're shaking on top versus on the bottom. That's all power, right?
Yeah.
So once you understood, and I understood the manipulation of the handshake, my business started to thrive here in New Hampshire. And it was a wonderful thing. So that's something that is really powerful. If you're meeting a new customer, observe it, eye contact. Don't be looking all over the place unless you're supposed to be. Yeah. But literally have straight on eye contact. The value is trust.
Yeah.
So I teach that too. And isn't that funny? I've taught you two things and it had nothing to do with saying one word.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are a few things, and these are things that help me thrive.
Yeah.
Very, very much so. And reaching out and being able to say, I'm not sure of the answer, but I'm going to find out for you. Versus, oh no, I don't do that. Well, maybe I want to do it. Maybe it's something else that I'm not sure of, but I could add into it because there seems to be a little bit of a demand here. And maybe the demand was only requested by one customer, but yet the demand goes out to more. And because you've satisfied that one customer, that one client, the referral, because word of mouth is the best advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the cheapest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a quick break for the sponsors.
All right.
Everyone hold on just a moment. Okay, everyone, July 26th is the night. Everything's getting ready to go for our get-together. Now, this is my little call to have you guys verify if you're coming or not, because I have 82 interested and 20 absolutely going, but I need to plan for food and some other things. So if you are going, please let me know. If you're interested, I may not provide enough food for everyone, so please let me know. Okay, everyone, I want to give you a little behind-the-scenes look of phone sites where I run all of my funnels from. As you can see from this one right here, for my interviews, I had a total of 20 leads come through my system in this little week here that I've been running it. So all that was done organically. It didn't even need ads or money down. So if you guys want to get some like qualified leads for your business, reach out, let me know, and we'll get you set up. Kind of what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Word of mouth referrals, but earlier you also mentioned social media. So let's talk about how business has changed in the age of the internet and social media, and how you can really use that to leverage everything.
Powerful. Be positive, number one.
Yeah.
Oh, there are so many. Even if it's your personal page, and you have a business, if you go, and I hope everybody does, my full brand is Happiness Jungle. Whether it's YouTube, subscribe. If it's Facebook, Happiness Jungle. Instagram, Happiness Jungle. And everything is positive because that's what I enjoy bringing. So make sure when you're dealing with any social media that it's on a positive level. And be careful and make sure you're connecting and networking. So, and like-minded people stick together. That's how, Chris, that's how you and I got linked up, right?
Yeah.
You were on somebody's page that I highly respected. And I heard you reach out. And I said, I would like to help. Isn't that wonderful? Now, if you were on somebody's page that I didn't respect, I would not have reached out.
Yeah.
So again, it's all on how we link each other to each other. And I have clients that are all over the world. I have clients in India. You know why? Because I was on their social media page. They're fabulous. They know other fabulous connectors. And because of just that positive attitude and that presence, I now have more followers, I have more clients. So be very strategic with social media and make sure what you're putting out there is kind and attractive to the eyes.
Yeah.
There are some people, oh my goodness, what's on their personal page, they really should just take the whole page down. Because then they're trying to say they're one kind of person during the day, but now they're completely different at night. And there are too many eyes on us.
Yeah.
Google it could either be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Yeah.
You Google Lyn-Dee Eldridge, it's my best friend. Because I've been this way all my life.
Yeah.
It's nothing I had to change. So now let's talk about change. People accept change and apologies. So if maybe you weren't doing things the way that you should have been doing it, it's never too late to stop until the good Lord takes you back.
Yeah.
And there's always forgiveness. So it's okay. And the only way we're going to grow is if we make mistakes and we reach out to become better. The better within us. I love business. I thrive on business. And I love helping businesses be better.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. There's a common denominator in business. Kindness. If you're a CEO of the company and you keep driving up in your Rolls Royce and your staff is starving, that's not kind. Why are you eating all of it? Why can't you give some caveat to the rest of the staff? Remember when you were. That's another thing. I want all business owners to remember. Always remember what it felt like to be an employee, to start out, to struggle. Always remember what it felt like to be a client. As a client or a customer, the word no never resonated with me very well. And if I came into your store, your environment, or you had I don't care if it was electrical, plumbing, any kind of a service, it started with that smile on the phone. Let's go to the phone, okay? Because people call us to do business. That's the first, usually the first connection. Don't answer the phone like, yeah. Yeah, what? Or, hello? Have a friendlier, right?
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. You call me and it's inevitable that I don't say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Or happy Tuesday. And all of a sudden it just opens up that conversation and it's joyful. If I'm speaking with a client and they have a challenge, I've already taken them to a happier place just because how I said hello to them.
Yeah.
So whoever's answering your phones, make sure that they're answering their phones with a smile on their face. And I don't care what the phone call was before it, it's a new phone call coming in.
Yeah.
And that might have been the client that you're waiting for. Hey there, good morning, Happiness Jungle. How can I serve you today? Versus, yo, Happiness Jungle, what do you want? Right?
That's pretty appealing.
I guess it depends on the client. Just think of the blessings.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of blessings. And there are people that are struggling so hard only because they just don't understand how to do the slight edge philosophy, how a bad habit could change over a matter of time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not difficult. And make sure you're working with a team that you want to, and you're doing what you want to.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
me too.
For people that want to reach out, like learn a little more, get in touch with you, how do they go about doing it?
They could, I think the best way to communicate with me is private message me on Facebook, whether it's through the Happiness Jungle or me, Lyn-Dee Eldridge, my personal page. That's the best because my emails are all over the place. I do answer my emails, but let's face reality. With spam emails that come in constantly, everything gets lost. Sometimes it goes into spam. But when you private message me on Facebook, I respond as long as it's kind. Yeah. And then you know what the great thing is about it, though, is that I get to look at your profile, you get to look at my profile, and immediately, feel the connection.
Yeah.
Don't prejudge the connection because you don't know, but you could feel the connection. And in today's world, we want to see who we're working with.
Yeah.
So again, there's social media, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
But Happiness Jungle, all over the board. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So thank you so much for joining me today, Lyn-Dee. It's been a lot of fun.
It's my pleasure, Chris. That smile of yours is contagious. I love it. Yeah, I'll come back anytime.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to have the last word from our sponsors, and everyone have a great day. Okay, everybody, the New Hampshire Small Business Fest is coming June 23rd. That's only a couple weeks from now. So make sure, this is our website, nhsmallbusinessfest.com. Jump on to become a vendor. Get in there, set up so that you can become a vendor at this event. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we are going to have a fantastic time. That's it for today, everyone, but it doesn't have to end there. Head over to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or iHeartRadio to get more from New Hampshire's top entrepreneurs.